when you pursue goals,
yeah,
you may or may not need support. I recommend support. Supporting yourself, support of others, from others, for others. Two-way street kind. Anyway, if one of your goals is to maintain physical shape and capability, is important. I work out, right? You work out, bro?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, good. So I work out, right? And you know how, so my wife will give me grief sometimes because I'll just like work out at the wrong time, you know, because in my mind, like working out's important, right? So I can like,
it's all about you.
Yes. So I can loosely justify it. Oh yeah. You know, yeah, it's dinner time, but hey, my health, right? And sometimes she'll frame it like, oh yeah, you choose to like work on your body or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I say, no, it's health. It's capability. It's true. But the point there is, it's important. No matter how you frame it or your wife frames it, it's important.
Yeah.
You want to do it strategically. Anyway, while doing that, you take krill oil. You take stuff that helps maintain the structural integrity of your body. And the good news is Jocko has supplements for that. Krill oil, Jocko Super Krill, and Joint Warfare. I've been taking these consistently and solid, legit. Thank you, Jocko. Also, Jocko has a new one called Discipline. It's a pre-mission. If your mission is a workout, it's a pre-workout. If your mission is a studying, it's a pre-studying supplement. Anyway, pre-mission. Little cognitive enhancers in there. Little bit of caffeine. Microdose. Right? You like the microdose. Yeah. You don't want to get all strung out on caffeine. It's just the perfect amount, essentially. Also, if you are... Oh, wait. Let me tell you where to get these things.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. Because they're not just floating out there. Anyway, go to originmain.com. That's where you get them. Also, in originmain.com, you can get cool gis. A lot of people still asking me. Maybe not every day. Maybe not every other day, but they still ask me, what gi should I get? I started jiu-jitsu. What gi should I get? Here's one's Origin gis, 100%. Like not even 99%, 100%. Origin gis. A big range to choose from. They also got rash guards in there. Compression gear for any other activity you like. Some fashion stuff on there too. Are you into fashion stuff?
No.
Come on, bro. A little bit?
No.
Little bit.
Not at all.
A little bit. Also.
Oh, you mean they have a plain black Victory MMA t-shirt?
No, we have that.
Oh, okay. Because that's my level of fashion.
Yeah, well, it happens to be on jockostore.com. But I'll get to that. First things first.
Just checking.
If you're doing...
Did you say that Origin stuff is made here in America? No big deal.
Yeah.
To you, it's no big deal. Just made in America.
Yeah. I think it's a big deal, but I don't like...
Oh, you're not going to focus on it.
Focus on it. Because, you know, the quality kind of leads with this one. Or they could go hand in hand. Is it good quality because it's made in America?
Yes.
Or is it made in America because it's good quality?
No, well, both.
Yeah,
it's good quality. It's good quality because it's made in America by qualified craftsmen.
Yes, I think that's really the case.
Check.
And some of it is
no, one of my buddies just he was on deployment and had an Origin gi shipped over on deployment, and he came home from deployment and he'd been training while he was on deployment, and he's like, "Bro, that Origin gi is the best thing ever." I was like,
yeah.
"I know."
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure.
So, anyways, and it's made in America. So
yeah, from the cotton that's grown here in America. What do you call processed here in America, woven in America, made into a gi in America. You can wear it wherever you want, but
well, you can't wear your gi wherever you want, actually.
More or less.
No. There's certain things you're not allowed to do with your gi.
Yeah, I agree.
Club, no gi. Grocery store, no gi.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn a gi to a grocery store?
No.
Me neither.
I've
never worn my gi outside of a jiu-jitsu academy.
Yeah.
I'm confirming that in my brain right now.
What about the kind you're either going to jiu-jitsu or leaving jiu-jitsu?
No, I don't. I changed there.
Yeah, you changed there.
What if I just started rolling in the gi all the time?
Like everywhere.
Like outside.
Yeah.
That'd be awkward.
Well, that's how every once in a while
you know what? Little kids do it.
Yeah, that's what I was
My daughter,
say.
she throws the gi on.
Yeah.
She's no problem
At
with
least
that.
the pants.
She's walking around the supermarket. No, she's walking
whole
around the
thing.
supermarket. She's ready.
Representing.
She'll gi choke somebody.
Yeah.
Ezekiel. Wearing a gi in the store.
Can be tactically sound, you know, achieving her goals. Every once in a while,
She's focused.
You got to demonstrate every once in a while. Not being distracted. It's good. Nonetheless, if you're going to get a gi, again, I'll say it now, I'll say it again. All made in America, originmain.com. Boom. Select whatever gi you want. Get 2. I have 2. 3, actually. Wait, no. The new Discipline equals Freedom gi. I got that one. So 3. Yeah, all together. Boom. Origin. I think I'm going to get a black one, too, by the way. That's, you know. Also, working out. You're doing jiu-jitsu, maybe. You're doing weightlifting, maybe. You're running, whatever. I say do kettlebells. And when you do kettlebells, get the cool one from Onnit. Onnit.com/Jocko. Look for the primal bells, my opinion. Actually, the zombie ones are pretty dope, too. But get those. That's what I think. Makes the workout more interesting. I did one yesterday. It was interesting. Kind of hard, too. But nonetheless. Yeah, get them from there. They got a lot of cool stuff on there for interesting workouts. You want to switch it up. If you don't do the same, like if your workout is boring or something like that, get some battle ropes. Go through one of those workouts. You ever did one like that before, or a battle ropes workout before?
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
interesting.
It kind of makes your like serrats kind of sore. You know what that is?
Your intercostal muscles.
Yeah. Kind of down there. Nonetheless, anyway, onnit.com/Jocko. That's where you get them. Solid site. Also, when you are getting this book, We Were Soldiers Once and Young. Actually, I thought it was We Were Soldiers Once and Young, and I was like, wait, no, it's We Were Soldiers Once
and Young.
And Young. And by the way, we were young, kind of thing. Anyway, when you get that
title.
book, good book, outstanding book.
It's a great title when you see. Like my wife will do something that there'll be like young seals at.
Yeah.
And my wife's always like, oh, they look so young.
Yeah.
They look so young. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what you always think. You
Yeah.
always think that these kids are so young. And then I was one of those kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are young.
Yep.
And that's who fights wars. Young kids.
Well, that's
18, 19, 20, 22 years old, 23 years old. That's who fights wars.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy. And JP kind of talks about this where your maturity kind of gets on this like fast track when you jump in the military.
It does and it doesn't.
In some ways.
It does and it doesn't because you're also institutionalized.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So you don't, like, when you're in the military, that's what hurts some guys when they get out of the military. They're like, wait a second, where's my paycheck? It's supposed to come every 2 weeks. Now it's not there anymore. You just get used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you have a mission. Here's what you're going to do. And when you're in the military, here's your clothes that you're going to wear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Here's the haircut that you're going to have. When you get out of the military, all of a sudden you're like, you don't have this direction anymore.
Yeah.
So you do it matures you in some ways, but in other ways you get stunted growth. That's why you get some guys doing dumb shit when they're 30 years old, 38 years old, 42 years old.
Yeah.
They're doing the midlife crisis thing.
But when you
or maybe it's not even a midlife. They're just trying to figure it out because they just haven't had
right. They didn't do that like at the time as everyone else. But you know how you talk about your wife looks at the younger guys or the SEALs and say, "Oh, they look so young." Mm-hmm. I think that's like an indicator that she doesn't feel old. You know, because you know how like when you kind of I do the same thing when I look at college football, when I watch college football, because I remember when I was playing football, I was, oh yeah, there was a guy 26 years old on my team, 26. We're like, that guy is old school. Yeah. It didn't help. He was kind of going bald and stuff like that. But nonetheless, he was 26. 26 is young, by the way. And
depending on how old you are. Because when you're 16,
you
don't think if I tried to ask my son who's 15, like how far away 25 years or how long was it until he was 25? Like he would understand 10 years. He would not be able to like cognitively assess what a 25-year-old human being is thinking about.
Yeah.
He's 15,
no
bro.
access.
He's not got it going on.
Yeah, but I feel like he would still be able to figure out, okay, 25, you know, when do people die of old age, quote unquote, would be what? 80s, 90,
maybe.
Right?
Yeah,
typically,
know,
just,
like
whenever. So you figure 25 is what? Less than a third of your life? 26, less than a third, that would be considered old, technically. If they were to think about it, I think a 15-year-old would grasp that.
So you thought the 26-year-old was old?
He was old. Yeah, I thought so. So when I look back, and then I don't feel old. As old as I am, I don't feel like old. I think back when I was in like college or whatever, and I think about the number of my current age, and I think, dang, that's old. That's an older person. Being that older person now, I don't feel like how I thought that older person would have felt, right? And I really think that now it really gets put into perspective when I watch college football and I see them take off their helmet. I'm like, dang, that is a child right there playing college football, outperforming, like super good. But they just look so young. I'm just like your wife. They look so young. But it's because I don't feel like an old person.
That's
good.
Yeah, I guess so.
But because, if you feel like old person, you're like, yeah, they look young because they're young. They're young people. Okay, I'm an old person. They're young.
You feel like you could be in there too, and you're like, oh, that guy's pretty young.
Yeah, and then you think, oh, okay, he's young and I'm old. It's one of those things. Nonetheless, back to support. When you buy this book, we were soldiers once and young. Go to jockopodcast.com. We got a section. We got all the books. We got this book listed by episode. All the books listed by episode. Plus a few other ones. Boom. Click through there. We got you. Takes you direct link. Amazon. Prime. You have Prime, right?
I do.
1 day shipping. Same day shipping sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, get it there. Good way to support. And if you're going to do other shopping, carry on. Good way to support. Also, Jocko has a store. And I'm going to talk about it. But before I do that, I think if you subscribe to the podcast, that's a good way to support. That's what I was going to say. Subscribe. If you haven't already, seems obvious, but subscribe. Leave a review on iTunes if you subscribe to iTunes, if you want to leave a review. If you're feeling reluctant, just get over it. Leave the review. Also, YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube. Video version of this podcast. Also, excerpts. Various types of excerpts. So you can share. So if you don't want to share the whole 2.5 hour podcast with people, there are excerpts. If you want to just share an individual concept with people, they can get that concept and share it and internalize it. You know what I mean? Also, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. JockoStore.com. Shirts, t-shirts, rash guards, hoodies, some patches on there, hats on there. It's the stuff. I'll say it's cool stuff. I wouldn't be pushing stuff that I didn't think was cool. And it's Jocko approved, kind of. The pink shirts aren't Jocko approved. No. But nonetheless, if you want to get shirts and stuff, that's where it is, JockoStore.com. They are good stuff. They are good. They're not like the cheap ones, is what I'm saying. So, boom, you can rest assured. But, yeah, tell me what you think. If you have one, hey, people take pictures of themselves with the shirt on, and they say, this is a good shirt. And that's good. I encourage that. And if you don't like this shirt, let me know, too. There it is. Also, good way to support yourself. One of the better ways, in my opinion, depends on what kind of person you are, is psychological warfare. If you don't know what that is, it's an album with tracks with Jocko on each track telling you that on your campaign against weakness, when you hit those roadblocks, that's what it is. That's what they are, roadblocks. Mental fatigue, distractions, all this stuff. These tracks will help you through it. It's Jocko telling you pragmatically, giving you practical information and advice how to get over those roadblocks or around those roadblocks or through those roadblocks. Whatever.
I'm going to make a psychological warfare track that's going to be directed towards you to make you talk about this stuff faster.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. When I come across this part, right?
Yeah. See?
And I feel compelled to share the valuable points that I think are valuable, that I've used or that I've felt with each thing. But then I'm like, oh, wait, that'll take a long time to explain. So sometimes I go for it. Sometimes I go with it.
You don't seem to care.
Sometimes I don't. But
today, yeah, like I'm giving you a down check.
No. I think it's valuable.
Okay, we'll go with that. Now watch how fast I do this.
Yeah, but you're not going to give them the whole thing, like the Jocko white tee. You didn't explain.
Yeah, I did. Jocko White Tea, guaranteed to get your deadlift to 8,000 pounds. Boom, that's it, done. Next, books. There's 3 books you can get. Way the Warrior Kid gets kids on the path. Boom, done.
I would have said a lot more about Warrior Kid.
That's cool. No need.
I don't know, man, but I think I read Way of the Warrior Kid to my daughter every single night. That's cool. 1 or 2 chapters, not too long, just 1 or 2 chapters. So she wants to read the next chapter. She wants me to read the next chapter that night. I say no, tomorrow. She's looking forward to it every single night. That's just the mantra. The whole Way of the Warrior Kid is just a background theme for life. Yes,
it's a good thing to know.
Don't be weak. Like, work hard. All this stuff. I would explain that whole thing.
Only because
that's the value that I got.
Way of the Warrior Kid. If you want a longer explanation, you can email Echo and he'll give it to you. Extreme Ownership, same thing. Combat Leadership for Business and Life. That's new version just came out. Has a little Q&A from you all from the podcast. That's in there. So you can get that. Also, for an individual perspective, Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual. It's available everywhere. There's no better gift than discipline. The audio version of that, which people ask me about a lot, is not on audible.com. It is on... It's an album with tracks, actually. You can get it from iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, other MP3 platforms for leadership. Also, beyond the podcast, beyond the books, we have a leadership consulting company. It's me, Leif Babin, JP Donnell, Dave Burke. You can email info@echelonfront.com. If you want to book a speaker, don't call a speaker's bureau or a speaker's agent. Don't. Just go to echelonfront.com, fill out the form, and one of us will come talk to you and your company. On top of that, we got something called The Muster, also known as The Muster. We're doing 2 of them this year only. Why? We don't have enough room in the schedule to do 3 again. Washington, D.C., May 17th and 18th. San Francisco, California, October 17th and 18th. Come and get it. ExtremeOwnership.com. That's where you register. There's some video stuff about it. Yeah, that's that. Also, if you want to ask us more questions or you have answers to questions or points to make outside of the podcast and you want to get in touch with us, you can do it on the interwebs. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That is where you can find us. Echo is at Echo Charles and I am at Jocko Willink.